Welcome, Prospects Esports Racing League Tier 2 season finale, Super Bowl, call it what you will. We are in Austria for the final race, week 12 of the season, joined today by Craigies. You excited?
Oh, mate, this is one of my favourite tracks, up in the hills. It's going to be footy. I like it.
Yeah, Austria, arguably the birthplace of the Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc rivalry from 2 years ago. Definitely one of the best tracks on the circuit. Very fast track. And with one of the more technical corners with the uphill hairpin 45-degree corner. It's a lot of runoff, though, but very tricky corner, but most of it is just about precision, maintaining speed. And we're going to have about 16 drivers that are going to be looking to do just that. So currently points stand as Guelfi is the leader with Sam Brooks behind and Leclerc is third. More interesting might actually be our constructors' titles. I will pull that up right quick because I don't have a giant laptop in front of me. Current constructors, we were looking at Williams in first with 207, Alpine in second with 178, and McLaren in third with 145. There might still be a chance for a shakeup for this constructors championship, but a lot on the line today. Some guys looking, or gals looking to come in here at the end, make a name for themselves, get some attention, and maybe move up another tier. We'll have to see how things work out. Again, Austria. It's like we're still not quite ready yet as we are at the top of the hour. A couple new names this week, or maybe some that we haven't seen recently. Spectre came in with Ferrari. Ferrari actually had a very brilliant run last week, the most brilliant run they've had all season long. As to the new people, I thought I saw some new people. Maybe I'm not now. I could have sworn there were a couple. Okay, there was one. It was Matty D13. It's filling in for Red Bull. So, yeah. What are you looking forward to in this race?
Just a close racing. The end of Sector 2 to Sector 3 is probably the most difficult corners, left to right, without getting validations and obviously getting penalties for that corner, because it's so encouraging to hit that, get that tight on the left, but just let it slide out on the right and go right under the curbs, and that's where the invalidation happens. Also in turn one, it's a tricky corner, especially the start. A lot of all the 20 cars piling in there. So yeah, it's going to be a close one. I think there's not going to be much difference between much of these drivers, to be honest.
Yeah, the first part of this race at the start's going to be interesting because everybody's going to bunch up in that first corner, but the leaders will be able to get through there quick, I believe. It's just if you have the right amount of speed and take the apex perfectly and get that grip on fresh tires, although they might not be warm, you can get through there fairly easily. It's going to be that mid-pack is going to be interesting, but then all comes to a halt on the third corner. So, speed's the name of the game.
Yeah, top of the hill is definitely the late breakers, the dives, get that close to the apex as possible. But the fastest line around that corner is actually letting it fleed out wide to get the apex speed up quickly. So there's two lines through there, so it depends who's got the grip to get through it.
Yeah, I think tires will play a big role in here because just you want to be faster. You're going to put a lot more wear on these tires at this track. Of course, it's going to be all out the window with rain. Rain would make this very interesting, but I'm not trying to bring the rain gods down on us for this final race of the season.
Well, let's hope it's a whole dry one for this one.
So the Austrian Grand Prix in Formula One has been held 39 times, the first 1963, and a return to the circuit in 2014. McLaren and Ferrari dominate here as constructors with 6 wins a pop. Joe Seifert, the Swede, has 3 victories here, tied with Alan Prost and Max Verstappen, your defending champion. But hopefully we'll take a back seat to Leclerc and Ferrari this year. We'll have to see how the season rolls out. Ronnie Peterson with 2 victories here. Alan Jones, Mika Hakkinen, Schumacher, Rosberg, and Bottas all have 2 victories here as well.
It's probably one of the most dominant performances last year with Verstappen. Was it 32 seconds ahead by the end? Then stopped on the line. Then got a reprimand for it.
Yeah, but yeah, we got not the storied historic track of much like Spa or the Nürburgring or Silverstone, but it's definitely got its knocks. And probably because it had years off in there too.
It had years off because it wasn't classed as being safe enough for F1 anymore. But when Red Bull bought it over, they've done a lot more work to it and whatnot. So yeah, the track layout has not been the same, but I think there's been a lot done with the safety and whatnot of this track now.
So let's see who we got going out first. See if Paddy Pat can come through with the big Pat win today. See if he finally attrition in the season may finally pay off.
We have Albo hitting the track first.
Yep, Albo has been a monster down the stretch here in season 2. Or no, I'm sorry, series 2, tier 2. My bad. I'll take this off of the screen, and he is out first. So we got 20 drivers. Zoran, some people did chime in at the end. We were afraid that some were short. But, yeah, Baguette in there.
Drivers in. A couple of tier 3 drivers.
Trying to make a name.
Representing.
It's like Matty will actually be going with mediums when he goes out. We got Dylan, who had a good run last week too. Drunk Pirate, who was leading the charge early this season before taking a leave of absence. He is back here to try and sneak it in. I do think we're going to see 5 or 6 drivers here just gun out. One being Guelphy, the other being Sam Brooks, but you're going to see the likes of Drunk Pirate, Albo, Simster, and Paddy Pat also I'm expecting a big run from them, and you can also expect it from Folksy. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, this is the type of track we can afford to avoid safety cars, It's not really a lot of places where things can happen, but there's going to be a lot of bumping if we get side by side. There's a lot of places to open it up. As Albo will be the first to set a time unless he says screws it and pits again. So, speaking of which, switch topics a little bit. Formula One actual this weekend makes its return to Australia after that place was completely shut down from the rest of the world for about 2 years. So, Sebastian Vettel will also be coming back in that race. Speaking of which, with the Aston Martin of Les Albo, he will make his triumphant return. Melbourne's always a great track. It's a bit underrated about like this is. Well, they're adding a 4th DRS zone. I guess they're trying to capitalize on what these cars are doing. So it'll be pretty entertaining.
They changed the end of Sector 1 and Sector 2 this year, haven't they? They've changed the corner. Yeah.
Like I said, it's going through a little bit of things out of sorts. Lazaba will cross the line first. The 104.186. It's actually kind of a brilliant time here. Not sure what we were getting in Tier 1 yesterday, but right now this is going to be the time to beat. Brooks is out on the track.
Tier 1 was 104s until about the last 5 minutes, and about four guys hit the 103s. 106, I think it was 106 was a pole time. 103.6 was the pole time.
That's kind of what I'm aiming for on this, just because Lazalbo and Jordan Pyre already are just, these things are getting warm, but boy, this is one of those tracks where you run a lot of laps, you get into this rhythm, and it's not overcomplicated. It's a lot of repetition and perfection, but overthinking can cause you to slip up, especially in the corner you just saw Dylan go through, who currently sits 3rd. But we got 15-something more minutes left in this. We got a couple guys on mediums.
To jump on board with Sam Brooks, he's coming up to the final 2 corners.
See what he can sneak in here early just to get an idea of what we got. Trust me, he came fast through that back end, started to come out. He crosses the line 3rd right now, 104.555. 86.74.30. That's not even the right number. Paddy Pat still in the pits. Here comes Simster coming around.
Coming up to end of Sector 2.
Yeah, I need to put that map back on. Yeah, there we go. In Sector 2, we got Drunk Pirate Brooks. Bubbers comes in 104.591. That's going to be really close. I think everybody's going to at least be 104s. I don't see any 105s unless we just say, well, Baguette did not. She's out of quali, right?
Oh, no.
I don't know if that's... Don't know.
Simpson 104.59. Says 6 just now behind Bubbers.
And we got Boyer. Let's see what we got. We got somebody purple here. CSB Harris has been a kind of a sneaky dark horse when he's come in for action this year. He's quickest through Sector 1 right now. I'm going to say it's a long way to go in this quali. The other McLaren is Folksy, who is out in the track on the mediums. He's already deregulated from that. And being informed here, we get...
last 2 corners.
Let's see, we got McLaren's at Pat.
Should hit the lap now.
McLaren.
Last corner. Keeps it nice and tidy. Punt to the line. No, he invalidated. He validated on that last corner.
Like I told you, you can get comfortable, but if you either overthink it or put it in the back of your mind, the simplest little thing in this track can cause you to mess up your whole thing. It's all about rhythm here, rhythm and speed. Got a Ferrari coming across, and Spectre goes 10th. Behind him, we got a couple guys going to the pits. I believe, is that Dylan coming back around here? Is he going to the pits, or is he going to try to? He's going into the pits. Looks like Pat is on his outlap, and we'll stay on with him for the hot run, unless... Yeah, we'll stay on with Pat for the hot run. McLaren currently... Go ahead.
I've just checked the YouTube, and apparently it's a wet race.
It's going to be a wet race?
It looks like it. I don't know if MTR? MTR Games says wait race.
Pat was fastest through Sector 1. Breathing the orange and the blue. Not too well for McLaren's actual Formula 1 season. You say that, but Lando finished well in Saudi Arabia, so that worked out for them. But here we go through the end of Sector 2, transition to Sector 3. Here's about balancing grip, speed, and managing tires all in one through this section. And then it's balls out, coming through here, keeping the speed up, chopping the apex. And then, to me, you chop the apex there and let the back end kick out some, keep the grip, get back on the gas, and we'll see what Pat's got. He's 13th. So he was fast in Sector 1. Don't know what happened to that lap, so...
I'm sitting on with the current championship leader. If he's sat on the hot lap just now.
We are on board as well with Guelphy, and he was fastest in Sector 1. Of course, it didn't bid too well for Pat, but we will see what Guelphy can do. We do got some guys crossing the line. Let's see, is that Mouse did sneak in at second, who's off the track right now, but Mouse did sneak in at second, the 104.416.
A little bit of traffic in front of him.
Was it Lozalbo crossing the line? He did, but he's still where he's at. A couple more guys, really hard to keep up with. Lozalbo also fastest currently through Sector 1. We'll go back down. Folksy is starting his.
Cruz starting his lap as well, first one.
Let's see if Pat here is coming back around. What's Pat got this time? Can he up it? Bit wide there coming out of that last corner. Pushes it back to 11th at the 104.894. So it's going to take definitely a 103, but we got 9 minutes left. We're going to see some people crank it out. We know what Simster and Folksy keep in their back pockets. Folksy hasn't even set a lap. Neither is Leclerc. Guelphy's back in the pits anyways. So we got a train of guys coming here. And Sam Brooks was fastest in Sector 2. What's Drunk Pirate got here? Takes second, 104.253. Where's Brooks? Coming through the final section of luxurious Austria. Cross line. Bumps T-Mouse down to 4th, 104.269. Cruise Streamer sneaking in 5th.
Whoa. Hold on, Crew.
Leclerc takes pole. Well, he takes the lead. We still got 8:30 left. 104.086 goes wide in turn 1. Doesn't really matter there. Boy, yeah. Now we're gonna get entertaining because they're gonna start pushing here with about 5 minutes to go. Everybody gets these last tires swapped. And we're going to see a lot of shakeup here in the final minutes of this qualifying session. Boy, sneaky here. So what have we got coming through? Is that Pigman Man coming around? Yeah, he's still in his outlap. Next up would be, I believe, Simster and Dylan. Ooh, back to back. Who's going to bust who here? Dylan up to 5th. Simster up 1, but Dylan up to 5th. 104.407. Alpha.
Yeah. You know, Gilfie is on a outlap, so he's coming out to the end of. Oh, he's actually just finished the second sector. He's just on at the third, going into the final 2 corners now. So, see what he brings. Excuse me.
Gonna make it?
Yeah, he's coming down. Last turn. He's going to power down and go for it.
Behind him is Leclerc again. Does Leclerc up his time? Does not. Still at 104.086. Folks, he's out. What happened?
No, he bent it.
He done flipped the car. Disappointing run there for the Merc. Can Harris capitalize, though, currently in the red. But we're going to see what's going to come down between. Leclerc is, I don't know if he's out or if he said, screw it, I'm good. But he is out of quali. That might come back to bite him because I think we are very much capable of getting into the high 103s here. There's somebody quick coming through. Is that Crew Streamers? No, he's going to the pits. We have another.
Not breaking records here.
So we got, is that Boyer? No, that is Bubbers. That's his outlap. Boyer not too far behind. And we're going to go on board with Guelphy here, see what he's got, unless he screwed up. Oh, he's running through. Bit wide there as you usually do, but you just got to watch those curves coming across the line. Comes in 5th. 104.309. Our current points leader. This is the.
I think he's got enough time to come in and out again. So I think
yeah,
the last time we see him.
I agree. Brooks waiting. Lazalbo and Pirate already going back out on their outlap. We got Lazalbo's teammate, Pigman Man, going back in the pits. Man Bear Pig, whatever.
Look at these times, though. They're unbelievable. They're like.
That's how this track is.
1 to 17th.
This is one of this is one of the I wouldn't say easier, but I would say better tracks to master.
Yeah.
It's not long, it's not convoluted, but it just takes a lot of precision. And when you know your braking spots and your speed, you start doubting yourself and trying other things to post faster times and ultimately fail. And then you just make it stick. But running consistent here, you can get lost.
Purple sector for 1.
Guelphy back of the pits. He will have time. And we have a Boyer invalidated. He sits in 12th. Pat on the board here, kind of leaving the charge. Some clean air in front of him. Down in 17th, was kind of expecting a better run. Let's see if he proves me wrong here. It's this sector where I think the time is really lost besides turn 3 with the hairpin. If you're not quick getting through there, that's a problem, but you got to make sure it sticks through sector 2 to sector 3 in that section. Ball's out through here. Comes around the final bend. I think he eased up a little bit too much there. Comes across, he's pushed it back to 12th. But let's look at our top 3 here. Leclerc's got it, but it's going to come down to where's Lazalbo at? Crosses the line, but nothing there yet. They're going to wait, charge this shit up, and push it for a final run. Oh, he goes way off the course. Better not hope he hits anything. Overshoots turn 1. He is retired. He is out.
Oh.
That is it. So our top 2 are locked in. It's perfect timing for, I believe that's the Alpines to step up and take this. They're currently about, a 10th and a half behind the pole sitter. I was saying 103s. Somebody's got it in them here. Drunk Pirate currently in the red. Sam Brooks currently in the pits. Crew Streamers in the backstretch going turn 2, going around. One of the Red Bulls off the track. I do notice that we're missing a driver for Red Bull this week. Guitar Man Khan's not in the race. We got is that Dylan now? No, that's the outlap for Dylan. Was that center? Both outlaps. So Dylan's starting his now. I believe Crew Streamers is making his push here. Oh, he is in the red. Well, if he just cut off somebody in the pits, that's mean.
I think that's David. No, it's not. It's Bubbers. Bubbers that we cut up.
10 people watching for the Super Bowl. We got to get this. We have a champion. Champion gets crowned today. Let's get it. Owen coming across the line. Pushes it. Nowhere. Still 104. When time's running out, who's going to pull it out of their butts? Dylan's Factus in Sector 2. Alpha coming through. God, I love this track. The actual Red Bull in the background with the golden arch. They think it's McDonald's or they think it's St. Louis. Coming across the line. What's Dylan got? Only fastest in Sector 1. Does he do anything to push his time? Does not. These guys, it seems like everybody's got it down through Sector 1, but they lose time where the rest of the track is. His teammate behind him, Simster, coming across the line. Takes ninth. So it's now you put your balls on the table. You lay those marbles out. We got 2-minute warning. Team House in 7th. Fastest in Sector 2 right now. Quick through that section. Oh, he invalidated. Let me see how that happened. I'd be pissed.
No.
I'd be pissed.
I wonder if Gilfie's just invalidated as well.
Boyer coming across. Pushes back up to 11th. So we got the Alpines on their outlap for their final push. Guelphy is invalidated. Dylan's trying it one more time, but it's not looking good. Boy, Leclerc and Albo might have just made the right decision. Well, Albo didn't. Albo could have probably still took the pole, but overshot Sector 1. Never saw what happened to Leclerc. He just said, screw it, I guess. We got Pat's crossing the line, but that's his outlap. Mouse is out. I'm assuming he, I don't know if he wrecked or what. There's a Ferrari off the track, letting people by. So
Gilfie's just winding it up, so he's keeping it nice and cool, keeping the tyres side, so he's going to go for it one more time before the time clock kicks out.
Well, Drug Pirate's on the mediums for some reason. I don't know if he feels he can get a better time, but I feel like more wasted opportunities by Alpine down the stretch here. Let's see what Sam Brooks has. As they're basically right behind each other, and there is somebody off the track right there. I think that's De Silva. He is out. They will start from the back. And then
We
got Harris. Harris in the pits. They're going to have time to actually get that. But yeah, let's take a look here what Brooks and Pirate they're going to do here. Brooks coming across the line. Takes second. Bumps Lizalbo to third. He's still about 5/10 off. I don't know what that math is. I'd say 8, 7, whatever. He ain't fast enough, but he is right there. Drunk Pirate's going to try to push us on mediums. Could just be showboating, hiding his strategy. He might take this pull on mediums. He's done it before. Simster slowing down. We're in extra time right now. Crew Streamer's currently 6th. He's going to lock in at 6. Well, we can't say that. We still got some guys going. Guelphy making the final push here. Can he snag the pole? Guelphy goes to 4th. Our championship leader will start 4th. Well, we say that. His time is locked in. He's current. David Boyer! Where the hell have you been all year? Snags it, 105.5.
Wow.
Give the man a trophy for something, but what does Alpine have? Here comes Sam Brooks across the line, takes second, bumping Leclerc. Now you have to question their driving because they got bumped off the pole. David Boyer. So Drunk Pirate on the mediums. Looks like he is, he's done.
Yeah, he's just bumped it.
Holy shit. Boyer! Where you been all here? This is the track, and now he's looking to cash in his money in the bank. Take this title. Well, he's not going to take the title, but take this win. Dude, I mean, when you can lay it down on this track, then Nobody knows my references because I'm a boomer. If you can lay it down on this track, not really, I'm 39, whatever. You lay down this track, you get those times, and it just works out. And David Boyer. And now we were both wrong. I mean, nobody got the 103s.
No.
I wonder if we're stuck in a loop here, though. I think somebody is. Are we have to wait this last minute?
Pirate's not in the pitch yet. He's going in now.
Wow. David Boyer and the Haas representing America. Let's get it. I hope it don't rain.
That's why they're not in the World Threes, because remember they're running wet setups.
All right, so Boyer smoking the doobie on the profile picture in the Haas. But you look at everyone else. Look at all those 104s. You're going to get an idea of who's racing each other in this race. I'm not going to... It just depends if Boyer, Brooks, Leclerc, and Albo can break away going through turn 1 and can get through turn 2 easy. Oh, man, this is going to be a great race. This is the one to close the season.
It's definitely going to spice it up with what people are... the racecraft, really, to be honest.
Dude, 2 100s, 2 1000s, 3 1000s. No, it's 2 100s, 3 1,000, 3 100s, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 2/10. Dude, it's how this track works. But if it rains, it's all out the window.
Yeah, spicy meatballs with a schnitzel.
Schnitzel. Lazalbo. Oh, overshooting that first car. And we have rain. And it's pouring. Not so much of that great quality run. I guess it matches my backdrop today.
I think it's intermediate though, because there's no puddles, there's no standing water.
So maybe it'll end. We'll get a shake up. So it rains in England every day, all day, and it's raining here, and it's cold, which is stupid because I'm in the southern part of America, and it should be 80 degrees. And now it rains here, so it's just par for the course. So
yeah, well, it's snowing in Scotland, so.
All right, so we have our stories. I don't know what those are, but Boyer took the pole. But who's gonna? The one to look out for in the wet is Drunk Pirate, is Leclerc, is Lazalbo. Lazalbo drives like he's got hacks on. It's utterly ridiculous how good this guy is with grip and with speed. Wonder why he's in tier 2, but he's put on a clinic. Just needs to put it all together so he can dominate. I think the championship would be a lot different if a couple of guys hadn't taken some time away or not showed up. You got to wonder. Oh, Leclerc just went off the track.
He
just spun it. What's he done? His controller must have disconnected. Red Arena death. You better get back up to his spot. So yeah, you got to wonder if Lazalbo, Leclerc, and Drunk Pirate, if this season would be different if all races were run. But I'm sure David Boyer is ecstatic for getting that pole. Hell, I was happy getting third in the Gran Turismo 7 preseason race at Spa this week until I screwed up and didn't change my tires. It's so dumb that the game doesn't allow you to change tires prior to the race. I mean, you're getting done qualifying. It is what it is. I learned my mistake. Those softs at Spa went like 3 laps until my back end came out, and it really pissed me off. It's already good. But anyways, that is on Sundays. Look forward to that. Our Gran Turismo 7 League. As this one wraps up, not sure when the next season for the F1 2021 will start. F1 2022 will probably be coming out in July, so I'm assuming we'll get one more season of this in before. And Baguette's been disqualified. And so is Leclerc.
And De Silva.
And De Silva. Well, you better hope it's not the last one ever. I have no idea, but y'all, like I said, Leclerc's had the ability. He could have won this championship, but done stuff like that. Here comes the Haas teleporting through where Leclerc was sitting. You gonna get him off the track? Something? Timing in this, everybody in orange braving the downpour of Hurricane Augustus in the stands with their umbrellas.
Lights are on.
And we are maybe. We're green now. Struggling to get traction on the inside is Sam Brooks, but Boyer got to get clear. Oh, he's trying to sneak up through. Drug Pirate trying to force it. They're going to go 3 wide through that. They had to the bump. Didn't get to see the thing. Boyer pulls away clean, just what he needed to do in the wet. You got Sam Brooks behind Leclerc. I thought was disqualified, but somehow he's third. I guess that's maybe AI. Lizalbo trying to push on the inside here. He gets the position. They bump. Needs to do what he needs to do, but I don't know if that's Leclerc or not.
Crew all the way down from 8th to 20th. I know it's happened there. Pat's got a drive-through penalty for I guess in the false start.
Lizalbo going really wide here. Loss came in too hot in the wet. As we see on the inside there is Drunk Pirate. They are side by side going in here. Boyer surprisingly has pulled a little distance. We need to figure out if this is Leclerc or not because Baguette's still in and everybody that was disqualified isn't. So maybe they're not. Maybe it was just, I have no idea. But anyways, we're going to move on with our lives now. Lizalbo on the tail of Leclerc. Drunk Pirate right behind. We're going to have a lot of this all race, even in the wet. Where are these positions going to come? The only way I can see passing is going to be braking late, trying to get underneath. As you see Drunk Pirate go around Lizalbo, he's got position going into turn 1. Falling in nicely behind. There's another position change here in the back. It was T-Mouse and Harris.
Yeah, Pat said his drive-through penalty in the first lap, so you get that over and done with.
Got enough time to make up. Do what you got to do. Leclerc, though, still third. Sam Brooks. Boyer. Can we get somebody in the chat to confirm if they're in this or not? Lizalbo. Simster. Guelphy, our current points leader. Sam Brooks is second. We'll see if the job can get done here. Dylan down to 8th. But race don't envy them, of course not. It's much more difficult. And Boyer looks up to the task here early on. Remember, if you're on wet tires, you don't have to pit. So if you make them stick, he nursed it pretty well last week from what I understand, from what I remember. Sam Brooks here. Again, having an opportunity to capitalize on the situation and is not. Boyer just continues to get faster, but everybody else behind him is posting faster lines. Getting the accent in.
Oh, he's making a move on Harris. Make it stick. Yep, into turn 1. Well done.
Mondi Mess, T-Mouse 1 here. Last 36 laps at intermediate, 0 stops. That's the way. Boy, they are creeping, but yes, there are no puddles. It's not full wet, which means it could stop raining.
Ooh. Bit of contact there between Pigman and Harris there. It's gone into turn 3, but managed to keep it going.
The Ferrari making a move on a Red Bull. That's such a dangerous corner, especially in the wet. So much struggle for traction. It's like a mouse trying to gasp for the last piece of cheese. Speaking of mouse, we are on T-Mouse right now, currently running 10th, who was mentioned as having won here and on intermediates with 0 pits. Spectre with another penalty. Lizalbo did get hit with a 3-second penalty in there.
And Spectre just collected his first one as well.
Other Ferraris. Leclerc now posting the fastest time. Clearly not disqualified. So he's now made it to the rear end of Sam Brooks. He definitely took that exit too hard there as the back end came out. Coming underneath is Leclerc. Can he make a stick going into the corner? He's going to try to force his way in there. Brake late. Nope, does not. He's still. That was tight, but he manages to get the better grip.
Yes. The better braked himself there.
The better wet weather driving, but trying to rebound is Sam Brooks again as they bump, forcing it in here. This is a very tough. Oh, they make contact in the rear diffuser to diffuser. Here comes Drunk Pirate to stick up for Sam Brooks. He's in a Alpine sandwich. So they're bumping again.
Bumping back, running back there.
Well, that's getting dicey here. Let's play some D&D. Roll the dice. Here we go. He's trying to. There's a good battle going here in the wet. Here we come.
Crew trying to make his way back through the pack since he looked like he had a bad
Ah! Leclerc goes around. He's out. That wing is gone.
Oh, no. Oh, his wing's gone. Sector
I guess
3.
he's not out, but boy, that is the worst time, the worst spot literally to come around because the entrance to pit road was about 10 yards behind that. So he's got to nurse this shit around. No safety car. But he needs to make sure he gets out of the way. We look at Pat, Big Pat McLaren not having a very good day here. Boyer, though, is having the time of his life. A downpour of rock and roll as he has taken this to the extreme. Brooks now has no worries of Leclerc pushing him into a catastrophe. As Leclerc pushed himself into a catastrophe, we'll have to see if he can rebound, but McLaren is hurting right now. Lizalba with that penalty, not really pushing the issue. It's looking like things are going to start settling down for this race. Now I want it to stop raining so we can all pit and just have an insane final race of this season. It has been good so far, but we have 31 more laps of wet goodness, of that wet. Look at that wet. Oh, Bubba's running 8th. We got here, a little train going in there. And it's starting to get a little bit of separation between everybody here. It's going to be, I mean, we got a long race. I guess it's worth not putting too much pressure after what we saw just transpire. So we got Sam Brooks going really wide. Sam Brooks does not handle the wet here very well at this track.
Oh, there's a move happening in the background. Pigman getting through on the Ferrari. Spade drive slipping right down.
So they're driving through a parking lot. Oh, they're bunched up back here between 10th, 11th, or at least 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Get that mid-pack love.
Oh, yeah.
Man Bear Pig, Spectra, Matty Matt, not Patty Pat, but Matty Matt, Folksy. Oh, we got somebody go way wide there. It was Matty Matt going way wide.
Folksy's capitalizing on that.
Ooh, it's just not happening, Captain, for that. We might have something going on here. Lizalbo is 2/10 behind. The ARG, the drunk pirate. Give me my rum. Lizalbo push. Oh, very, very quick, clean sector there. And drunk pirate, just enough break there to cause Lizalbo to break his, consistency through that corner. And to back off just enough. Man, Simster right on that tail. The wonderful helicopter view. Taking into account everything going on through there now into the first person view of Simster. Zabo definitely had to cool it off there a little bit coming out of turn 1 as they struggle to get that perfect traction and maintain speed coming through that downhill. It's not real. It's like a sweeping hairpin. It's in hard, but the corner and the outside, it just, the curvature is there. Whatever. Sam Brooks, currently second. And our points leader, Guelphy, sits 6th. T-Mouse now hit with a penalty. Here we go. I'm going to keep track of where any battles might be. We're still looking at here towards the back.
Yeah, Pigman, Harris, Foxy, Spade Drive, Matty, and Crew is catching slowly. He was 2.2 seconds behind. He's now 1.2. So he took a second off it. So he could be in the mix soon enough.
Two teammates saying, screw team orders. We're going to battle it out. Mercedes going side by side as Folksy forced his way in there to get that position. But here we go, right back with Harris on the outside. What happens here? Watch them take each other out. No, very smooth through there, but that's because Folksy had to let up really hard because he took the corner way the inside. And now Spectre capitalizing on the outside to bump up to 13th. Leclerc does come back with the fastest lap as he is currently in last. But he is on fresher tires. And that might actually come into play for him at the end of the race.
Yeah, Foxy, it looks like he seems to be struggling at the moment. He took a really tight line right over the curb there. He's wide again. So I don't think he's not through multiple penalties again. He's at some up to 6 seconds on the penalties.
Well, they added them up. We'll go ahead and bring up the overlay here of where we're at on penal ties. Folks, he does have 6 seconds.
All the squabbling is letting Crew right on the back. So he's only 6 tenths behind now. So obviously no DRS because it's wet, but yeah.
Alba's definitely got.
Driver.
Alba's definitely got more speed that front stretch. He's trying here to make a move to get on that podium for third, or literally riding the tail through that hairpin. I'm sure it has a name. I don't know what it is, but boy, he can make it stick. And at this point, you just got to wonder if Drunk Pirate is actually holding him up in his pace. Everywhere that he could be to make a move and gain grounds, it seems to be right in the braking section for the Pirate captain, old Captain Jack, moving on to Drunk Pirate. But nobody.
Razor Rum gun.
Yeah, Razor Ramon. Yeah. Let's take a look here. David Boyer still our leader, but that lead is starting to dwindle just a little bit. Sam Brooks, I don't know if he had the lead. It was like 1.5, and all of a sudden it's down to under a second.
I think Davis had a moment.
Yeah, I think he had a bobble. A double bubble or some shit.
You know, he's not been using DRS, I've noticed, so he's just had to use it there so to get a wee bit of gap edge between them. So he's still in the box. He's not using the DRS like everybody else. He is now. He's always trying to get that gap back up.
Zalbo trying to make a move, swings the inside on the grass. He's sick of sitting behind traffic. Boomer Scooter holding him up at Starbucks into the inside here. Lizalvo takes third. But let's see if he takes it cleanly from Pirate. Can Pirate cross him under on this next corner? There's not enough there. Actually, coming a bit to the inside there, you can see how much Lizalvo is working the back end of that car in that corner of what his arms were doing on the steering wheel from that camera view.
Yeah, I think David's starting to struggle with his tires. The time's coming back down again.
It's definitely through that section. Like I said, that section is the one that's going to be the most taxing on the tires. Because if you focus on the tires, you're going to lose speed. If you focus on the speed, you're going to lose tires. So it's starting to catch them back. I'm sitting here just watching this train that is at the back of the course. You look at this map, and they're all just so tied up through here on the back end. This is the real racing. This is the nosebleed section of this race.
Oh, David had a squirm on the back end there coming out of turn one. It's definitely opened the door for Sam, but I think he had a squirm as well, to be honest.
I wonder if the rain's starting to come down more. We look at the laps on the tires, doesn't matter.
Bummers has been around. Bummers is going all the way back. What's happened?
Oh, he's pitting. No, he's pitting. He's saying, screw it, give me the tires. And is he going to softs?
Oh, new wing. His new wing.
I can't tell. The outside, no, it's green. Sticking to the intermediates. Leclerc way back. Such a downfall. And yes, Boyer's definitely looking a bit slow. But,
see, in this sector seems to be where Sam Brooks is getting him. No, he's pulling away just now. Maybe he just had a moment.
2 laps back to back. I don't know.
Yeah. No, Sam Brooks is pushing, but he's using a bit of ERS at the moment.
That must be what it is. Boyer's holding on to that or not, just to keep the pace up. But we're going to spread out here. We got moving the back. First streamers around Matty Matt, not Patty Pat. Matt, Pat. Give a dog a bone.
Hee-haw.
Yeah, something. AlphaTauri. They only get around the Red Bull. And you look at 7 through 11, they're all pretty spaced out here. It's jamming out. Guelphy starting to get a little bit closer, our points leader. The rain is not letting up. I'm hoping that Codemasters, much like Gran Turismo did, they implement some sort of radar map system that we can see. Because to me, that's more important for a game like this than it is for Gran Turismo. So.
Oh, yeah.
Leclerc gave a fastest lap, but I mean, he's not really. He has kind of snuck up to 19th, but it's because Bubber's pitted.
Yeah. They're going to need to take their tires to the end now, though. That's the only thing.
And that could be also what Boyer's doing at this point, because if he can nurse that home. But Sam Brooks is chipping away at the bone. He is slowly creeping. Currently second in points. Lizalbo made the one move, but has a 3-second penalty, so it might be all for naught. At 3 seconds right now, he'd be staring at 7th place, but obviously we're not even halfway through this race yet.
So it's only half a second gap between these guys. And the front two.
That is correct. Meanwhile, at the back, shuffling's not there, but you see where the penalties come into play.
Cruz at the moment is in a position where he's going to jump about 3 guys. Obviously, there's a lot of racing still to go, but
well, they are pushing shopping carts around that corner trying to get grip. A couple of things shook up there, but boy, they're all running neck and neck. This must be fun for them in the back. Cruise Streamer's getting around folksy here. It's just they're just fighting for every inch that they can to get some sort of consistency going, coming out of these corners just to take some positions.
Cruz not letting that go. The space go. He's just keeping it tight. Oh, he's gonna have the inside track for the next turn. Oh, that was close.
Yeah. Push folks to the outside. Somehow Cruise Streamer's got a penalty on that. I don't know why. The penalty posse here from 10th down to damn 15th. Pigman Man sitting high and mighty in 9. Owen, 3-second penalty. Dylan, nobody around but Guelphy and Simster. Would all be within striking distance, but they just can't manage to close it up here on Pirate.
Sam had a big squirm out in turn 3 there. He was 3 tenths behind and he's back. He's lost it 3 tenths just with a squirm. And the elbow's right on him now.
Lizalbo looking to make a move. He's very quick through the front stretch section, which is just the straightaway. But this guy can make a stick. We got somebody down in yellow in sector 2. Is that De Silva? De Silva's off the track. We're still green.
My and Spec Drive sharing places coming in. Long side by side.
I don't know. We get a safety car, or would you actually pit?
I probably would.
Yeah.
I would just go, why not? To just get fresh rubber and go to the end.
Yeah. We all need to do it.
Oh, there's a Red Bull off in the grass. It's Matty. It's okay, he's recovered. He just went off in the left, right.
Pat getting around Matt. Big Pat over Big Matt. Pat back up to 15th. But disappointing here.
15 times we are pissed.
Yes. So they have somebody named Chat and Rat and Flat on the TTV. Gotta wonder who all's in the posse. Sam Brooks.
Hopefully I get the 3-second. His first one.
Clerky's posted fastest laps from back. But we got a little train going here, 1 through 4. Drink Pirate has made up his time and gotten actually away from Simster and Guelphy. Drink Pirate must be using these ERS at this point to catch back up and make a push.
He hasn't. He actually isn't though. He's not abusing it.
Really?
He's sitting about 50%, and everybody else is under that.
I guess he's been loafing.
He's actually building his back up because he's obviously to defend. He's getting caught up pretty rapid now.
Yeah, he's definitely caught up. Thought something happened with Harris. Look at you drop back. Oh, what we got? There you go on the inside. Lizalbo tries to break wind here, go to the inside, but nothing there. But Drunk Pirate is coming. The old Jack Wellington. It's not related. What's the guy's name from that movie? Jack Sparrow? Yeah, it's Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, let's get him.
Edward Teach.
Robert Downey Jr., Jack Sparrow. It's not the same person, but okay.
That's not that.
No, it's not even.
It's not even close. That's not even close.
It's the same person, yeah.
No.
Salvo, as they all battle 2 through 5, Boyer actually kind of sneaking with the distance here. Yes, Lizalvo can't make it stick. Drunk Pirate still coming. As he look to the back, mid pack 8 through 7 through 10 are just here, because they got to be here because they started the race. But boy, there we go with the Ferrari and the Pat and the crew and the Matt and the Silva. The Silva's way back. And now we got these two battling. We got Pat coming, trying ballsy on the outside through a section where you want to be on the inside. But boy, if you make it stick, oh, we got Ferrari Spectrum coming into the pits.
So what do you say about when's the guys in the front going to pull the trigger? You can't be far off that now.
Well, if you're making it work, you're making it work. You've seen Lizalbo take tires all the way to the end of a race, of a dry race this year. So we will. I don't know if they do. I mean, you're out in front. You're still setting the times. What's the point? He is closing in on Sam Brooks.
You don't want the guys coming in behind you getting better grip and whatnot else. And they obviously can leapfrog you, but there's a big difference.
Well, one thing we got to consider is where does puncture range come into play. I think last time it was around lap 26 of a 28-lap race. Oh, they bumped. Lizalbo came up. Boyer went. Oh, Boyer's pitting. Oh, he pulled a sneaky on everybody. He dipped at the last second. He was on the outside, cut across the course in the pit lane, and everybody else is still out.
Now this is where it gets interesting, I guess.
Lizalbo, they're going to go three. They ain't going to go three wide in here. They're going to push this. Lizalbo, oh, he nudges in there. But nothing. Actually, Sam Brooks was happy to get traction coming out of that corner. Because if he had hesitated, that was all for Lizalbo. But oh, he comes in hard again. Bumping. You better hope he don't get taken out. Lizalbo is now in that Alpine sandwich. Emphasis on peen. Leclerc was in that Alpine sandwich earlier, and you saw what happened. Same thing happening here. Lizalbo trying to push the issue. And Simster just eyeing it from behind. Where did Boyer came out 8th, or at least he's in 8th now, on fresh intermediates. Pigman Man up to 6th somehow. Mouse 7th. Owen 5th. Our points leader is down to 9th. And our second in points is Sam Brooks, who is leading this race. And here we go again. Is Lizalbo going to push the issue? Destroying Park going to run him off the track like a madman. Nope. Clean through there.
Try to keep it nice and tidy through there, guys. And well played.
We've hit the halfway point. And you can see the waves in the tires. For what that's worth. Simster came in kind of hard there. Monty is loving his stuff right now. Boy, Lizalbo is just waiting for the opportunity. But don't forget, he's got a 3-second penalty. We got Sutton, Sector 3.
Harris is out. Harris is DNF'd. He's on the start-finish straight. It's on the last corner. He must have spun into the wall.
Does that give us a safety car? Looks like he's in the pits.
Is he?
Maybe he just retired? No, he's moving now. Well, he was. It says DNF. He's out. He's not. There's no cars in the track. Somebody is pitting right now, though. I believe that's Dylan. No, it's not Dylan. Dylan just lost the position, but somebody came in the pits. Maybe not. No, there is somebody in the pits. Is that... No, it's Drunk Power. He's in the pits. Going back to intermediates. Guelphy. Trying to make up some time here. Pirate will come out. Kind of a long pit road because you can't cross over right there. And he will come out 11th. Where Boyer, who was leading the race, is back in 7th after pitting. The question is, does Lizalbo try to undercut Sam Brooks? Who's coming in? How's this going to play out for these three?
This could go interesting now. David Boyer, if he can't get through the traffic, it's going to open up for Sam Brooks because everybody else hasn't paid yet. So if he gets held up by Team Mouse, Pigman, Owen, or Simpson Crazy, Sam Brooks is in the box seat, to be honest.
True, and that's if he can make it through and get through the puncture window, because you got to look, Owen is almost 9 seconds behind third place.
Yeah.
Now, if everybody else pits, that's fine.
If David can't get past, though, that's going to cause massive problems, and T-Mouse has got loads of ERS to stop this.
They're against him. This is the last race of the season.
Oh,
Airing all their dirty laundry. Going into sector 2 now. From behind. Not really much going on there. Nobody's really pushing the issue, because I think if they start pushing the issue, then those tires are going to go down worse. I mean, like I said, as we've seen.
Another penalty. Whoa, 15 seconds, Foxy comments up to.
What do you do? Take a dump on the track? Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, David making a move on T-Mouse. T-Mouse going round outside. Can he get the power down? He can. He get the power better down than David, so he's still stuck there. This is costing David his lead his race. He has paid, but he's not getting through the traffic.
Yeah, it's like Fernando Alonso, Brazil in 2010 for the championship, just not happening. I think that was the year, I don't remember, but either way. Yeah, it's going to hurt him. But the whole thing is, you took a gamble hoping that everybody else would pit. But we got about 14 laps left. They're going to have to pit. The race is too long. Those tires they'll crap out.
Screaming absolute blue murder.
Yeah, they will. Lazalo's definitely laid off. Owen creeping through. Everybody up front just kind of creeping. Because Guelphy is right behind Boyer at this point, and they are both on new tires. So, actually, not take it back. Drunk Pirate's on new tires, but he's also 8.5 seconds back. I don't think Guelphy pitted, but he is right there.
This is playing right into Sam Brooks' hands at the moment.
It certainly is. Or Lazalbo's. It all depends. Who's playing who at this point? It'd be a shame if Boyer was the only one to pit.
Tires, so David's on the pressure tires at the moment, but Sam is going to have a lot younger tires and most likely going to be in front if David can't get past this.
Yeah, we got to see something here on the outside. Turn on the ERS and try to get something, but he's just... The only place where Mouse is quick is coming out of that last turn down the straight.
Yeah.
And that's enough just to mess up the rest of the lap for the two behind him.
But David's got a better run out of the corner this time. His ERS is wide open. This is going to be...
On the inside, he finally gets through, but can he make it stick in this corner? He's going to be in the toughest spot to get traction. Pushes him a little bit to the outside.
Mouse is coming back at him. Mouse is coming round outside.
Looks like Boyer finally in the clear there. What happens on this corner, though? This should be enough to get Boyer the clear. Oh, way wide for Mouse. He's off. Oh. His tires are definitely gone then. Yeah, he came in there too hot trying to fight a losing battle and just gave up the position to Guelphy as well. But now he's going to be holding up Jack Sparrow from making his run here. But he's 6 seconds back up front. Now we got running that Pigman Man Bear Pig is David Boyer, 3.6. This should close pretty quick. Hopefully it's not as a hassle to pull around him. Lazalbo has closed in on Sam Brooks in the Aston. They go around.
The fastest lap of the race there.
He's out of freshies. On the rear. Hey. Zavo can't make it stick as well as Sam Brooks did coming out of that corner. Sam's just waiting for something happening in front of him so he can just take it. Like, that's kind of what he's hoping for. We're at 24:36, so we're looking at, what, 12 to go, 13 to go? I guess 13 at the final lap. I don't know. These top three, what happens with these tires? Lazabo also has a 6-second penalty, so that will pump him down to the podium in third currently. But the race isn't over, so that's not it. So De Silva's out of the session, too. Not sure if that wasn't Sector 3. It shows him in the pits So it's like he was able to make it back in, and no safety car. Safety car right now will throw everything out of whack, because I think if you're one of the top 3, you would have to pit at that point. Because Owen's just losing time on the top 3, which inevitably is holding up Pigman Man and Boyer. Somebody's down in sector 1. Somebody go off the course. Rain's supposed to end in 5 minutes. So are they holding out? Craigies, are you in the house?
Oh, Mike must have slipped. Yeah, I'm here, boy.
Alright. Oh, we lost you. Anyways, we're being told that rain stops at 5 to go. So these top 3...
This is what they're waiting on.
Yep. I don't know how they know these things, but Lizalbo is right there. Owen is losing that time. Boyer might have just screwed the pooch and pitted too early.
But the track might not be dry, though.
Well, at 5 to go, can you risk losing that time and pitting on softs?
Yeah.
And what happens when we get a safety car, but it's still raining and it's like 2 laps before? Do you gamble on the softs and end up pooping your pants or something and losing out? Guelphy, our current points leader, back in 7th, trying to make a move on Boyer, who was leading most of this race after a quite impressive quali where he snuck in and stole it, but still able to pull away there. Lizalbo really closing in now. But man, there's just some sections where he's better, and there's some sections where Brooks is better. So, and Simpson just pulling along, keeping up with it. Owen.
Well, the moment Simpson knows he's second, because there's 10 laps to go. Like Simpson's Albo's got 6-second penalties, so that's going to play dividends.
I mean, either way, for all of them, unless they mess it up, they're going home with the podium. But that's if things keep up the way they are. Expecting that great wild card shakeup at the end of this. Everybody's got penalties except for like 5 people. Take a look here at Page in the back. Ferrari trying to make it to the end of the race in the wet. Drivers are getting warnings.
Albo's got a lead.
Yes, he did. Got that run. They're side by side, though. I can't tell exactly what's going on. Into the corner when you change the camera view for... Oh, it gets under him. Makes the crossover. Takes the lead in the wet. It was a matter of time before that happened. Simpson now starting to close a little bit as well. Now these two are not battling. Let's see if Brooks can rebound here. Question is Brooks forfeiting the position because he's going to pit? What does their strategy entail? Because they're getting warnings that the track is warming up. Now they're both to the outside unless we see a last second cut. Nope, that is not there. Top 3 keep going, but you look at that gap between 3rd and 4th. Yeesh. Behind him is Pigman Man, but Boyer, should he not have pitted? He should not have pitted.
I think Sam Brooks' tyres are starting to go off because he's dropping a lot back behind Albo already. There's obviously turbulent air coming off the car as well, but... Oh, Page getting our first penalty. Don't often see Page getting a penalty. This is like a rarity.
Very much. Simpster now capitalizing on the broken tires of Sam
Stop
Brooks.
raining, guys. Stop raining. Live on camera, there's no rain on the track.
Rain has stopped. Rain has stopped. Throw your umbrellas and ponchos in the trash. Light them on fire. It's time to go real racing. Yep, it is done. Who pits? Do you stick with the intermediates? Lizalbo.
A couple of laps, but that dry line's going to be there soon.
My question is, if you're Boyer, you want back into this, do you undercut and pit now? Same with Guelphy, same with Pirate. Do you pit now? No, they are going out. Maybe it's not strong enough, but if you want to get the undercut, I say you got to pit like in the next lap or two. If you know the rain's out, you can make it work.
There's going to be a sprint to finish on the softs, I would think.
Yep.
It's when they put the softs on.
Here comes Guelphy on Boyer. Can he push the issue here? Going into turn 3.
Sam Brooks is definitely struggling on the tyres now. There's a wee bit of spray still coming off the tyres, but that's only off the racing line. There is a dry line. There is a dry line. You can see it on the track now.
As much as Brooks is struggling, so is Owen. And unless Dylan's holding up the people behind him, like Boyer, who led this race. That's why Boyer should probably pit now. Get that out of the way. Get on those softs before everybody else, if they don't pit, which they're not, and try to get back in this race.
I think Albo is trying to do inner softs on his tyres.
Nothing there. Simster is slowly catching up. Question is, with it drying up, when are they going to throw DRS on? Because that'll throw everything out of whack.
Well, that's it. That's when you know the track's dry enough. The DRS will reactivate.
There's a little robot in there that automatically senses the rain and turns it on.
Yeah, pretty much.
A little hamster in a wheel. Ruggedness.
I thought it was another canary inside the cage.
Boyer. Kicking himself in the foot. There we go!
There you go. Hey.
Time to go flying. Off the track because it's still kind of wet. Ooh, Guelphy ain't messing around. I can tell you that's our points later. Doritos Williams. And they're
back at Boyer. They're all in. They're in for the tires now. They're all coming in.
Yep. Boyer should have undercut him and did not. May come back to bite him.
Boyer does. Is Boyer going? I think he is. They're all coming in. Yep, they're all coming in.
So you had the Simster.
Albo's on his way out. Sam retakes second.
Pigment Man. Guelphy.
Wow. There's only a second behind. He's now 3 seconds behind Albo.
Not sure what happened there. But Simster's about to take this. DRS is open. Simster's going to make the undercut here. Good defense. Oh! Simster's on the track! Oh, I said he's going to take a position! Good, I was about to say good defense by Brooks, but unfortunately it caused Simster to go off. Wow. Well, that was all for naught.
I don't know if he clipped the back end of Sam there. He was right behind Sam and he started squirming behind him. I don't know what happened.
The run was there. I saw Sam Brooks almost basically get in front to defend. The speed was too much. I think Simster went to the left to cut. And because it is still kind of wet and those tires were fresh, I threw him for a loop. So
he pushed it too hard, too quick, or he has a hard contact in the rear diffuser. That's a hard one.
That just cost me the fucking win, Lizalvo. I don't know about that. You got 5 you gotta have 4 to go. You're on fresh softs. I mean, I guess everybody will catch up.
Oh yeah.
No, you just got to race. So let's make sure that all the lap cars get in front here at the end, so that this can decide the championship in a 2-lap shootout, the last race of the season. Although that's not a thing, but it was a thing back in November or December, whatever it was. Anyways, Forza Ferrari.
Double catches up to the car now, so it won't be a long safety car. I wouldn't think. I think maybe it could be even the end of this lap, to be honest, because there's only like 4 laps of racing to go. By the time we cross the line, depending if they actually go, there'll be only 3.
Owen is just, God, I don't understand. He's so far back. But here's the thing. This is what we're looking at. This safety car, Lizalvo might be right, but it's just going to take some racing. Boyer's going to be right there.
Yeah, they're all on the same tires, so that's the thing.
So it comes down to racing. And if you're confident, you ain't going to say that you just lost the race.
Well, this could pay into Crew's hands. He's under-fueled the car. He's still got the yellow light on, so the safety car may have actually saved his race for having full pelt to the end. Anybody else? Leclerc's under-fueled as well, so they could be the lightest cars on the grid because nobody else seems to be under-fueled.
Well, all right, yeah, it's about, what, 2 laps left.
I think the safety car will be definitely in this lap, I would think. Give us 3 laps of good hard racing.
Password missing. I don't know what that means. That job pisses me off. Anyways, yeah, should probably have 2 left. Unless it's 1 lap. Let's eat some cheese. Let's eat some cheese. Yeah, it's great. The only Mercedes to lead any race this year in Formula One is the safety car. It's the best thing ever.
That's true ever. It's a true story.
Mm-hmm. Can't argue with facts. And safety car in this laps. We will have, that's 3 laps because you got a 34, 35, 36. Yeah, that's the math. The math and the math.
So Al will get his tyres warmed up, but if tyres will be soft, you don't want to burn them out by giving them too much wiggle.
So if you're Lazaba, where do you back them up at going into?
If it was me, I would back them in almost the last corner, the second last corner, I would think.
Yeah, I would say the second last corner too. You back them in going right here. Sun is out, unless that's just bad lighting, but it looks like the sun is out.
Yeah, I think
there you should be on it, and he is on it.
Yeah.
Sun is out. This is going to drop real quick. Making it stick through there, and we are off to the races. We have a shootout.
What a great launch by Albo, up 8 tenths already.
And Boyer.
9 tenths.
Boyer already.
Oh, no.
No. But Lazaba still has a 9-second penalty. Yeah, he's right. He is not winning this race. Sam Brooks does not have a penalty. So somehow Boyer would have to win this by 3 because Pigman Man somehow got around Boyer. This is a brilliant start there. So we got Aston Martin closing in for a podium. Owen's got a gap. DRS will be on for what, 2 laps?
No, none, because it's the 3rd lap it starts. Oh, 1 lap. 1 lap I'll be on.
Lazalbo, Sam Brooks, and Lazalbo will actually probably finish like 10th. Because that safety car really did screw him, I'll be damned. Pigman Man, Pigman Man still battling. Boyer trying to get it back. Oh, they bump! They bump again. This is exactly wheel to wheel, though, so it was just whatever. Side by side coming into the next to last corner, pushing him way outside. They bump again. You can tell where he's at right there. Where did Boyer go? Oh, he goes around the wall!
Boyer's gone.
This is the end of the race.
Oh, there won't be a safety car now.
He's in the track. There's going to be a safety car. There's got to be.
It can't be, because it's just the 2 laps to go. There won't be a safety car. We always finish under green.
And we also had Drunk Pirate going around turn 1. Boyer trying to make it stick what could have been for this race.
Albo's trying to give himself a gap, but he's giving him another 3-second penalty. He's up to 12 seconds now. He's going to drop major. Yeah,
Pigman Man, his teammate, also has 9, even though he just got around Owen, or around Guelphy. So the top 2 people will be Brooks and Guelphy in this race. And surprisingly, you're going to see Pat on the podium somehow.
Foxy comment, up to 21 seconds of penalties. Foxy, dear, hang your head in shame.
Or just, throw the controller. One of the 2. Oh, well, that was, we're down to our last lap of the season. Break out the tissues. It's time to cry. Salvo running down.
By the way, I think Owen might be P3 because he's only on a few seconds penalty.
He's in within it. We'll have to see.
Go on, Owen. Team Red Bull here.
And we got Pigman and Guelphy next to each other. Guelphy gets around to take fourth.
Oh, Dylan, then Pat's fine. This is not helping Patty to get third.
No, it is not. He is sinking back. Dylan is trying to sneak in, but Dylan's got a penalty.
Gone round. Cruz Stevens has gone round. 10 to 15th.
Oh, it's going to be over now as we are coming to...
Almost gone. Almost gone. He's in the wall.
Who is? What?
Almo.
Almost out! He's out. He would have finished down at the bottom anyways, but Sam Brooks crosses the line. Guelphy, Owen, Miles, Pigman, so Pat gets fourth. No podium. Sam Brooks wins. Guelphy second, but your champion for this season, the championship goes to Guelphy, with Sam Brooks finishing second. Oh, wow.
Well done, guys.
It was, yeah.
He goes, Owen, time for the day. Fair play to Owen. Finished like P3. Great effort.
Do you have Guelphy added?
I have not. I don't usually do this tier.
Wow. So, win goes to Sam Brooks. Championship goes to Guelphy. And that wraps up the season for Tier 2 of the Esports Prospects Racing League. Season 1 wrapped up last night. Season 3 wraps up Season 3, Tier 3 wraps up tomorrow. So I guess Lozabo said, screw it. I'm just going to hit the wall. All the penalties. And, yeah. So also, besides Tier 3 wrapping up tomorrow, start looking forward to the Gran Turismo 7 League we have going. That'll be on Sundays as of now. But it was a pleasure, and this season has been a very fun season in Tier 2. Craigies, thanks for joining.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to get Guelphy. I think I've got him.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I have. I'm sending the invite.
Bring him in. Guelphy. Did you accept?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Craigie just left the party. So, I guess that's me leaving the party too. It's been fun. We will see you next season. I'm not sure when that starts. Congratulations again to Guelphy for winning the championship. Sam Brooks, the race, outstanding season for them. And we'll see how the roster shakes up going forward. I'm Feldman 9000, and we will talk soon.